Imagine being a PC gamer in the year of our Lord 2021 BCE. Today we're gonna go over 10 reasons why the PS5 has been destroying PC gaming. But before we get started, guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Shout out to all the subscribers and everyone who smashes that like button. You guys rock, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Bring it in, gamers. Bring it in. So with all that said, let's go, gamers. Number 1. Cost. Number 1 on our list is cost, with PC components being considerably more expensive and for little to no gain, but in fact a drastically reduced cost to power ratio, with a console costing only hundreds of dollars, but PCs costing thousands, and for no additional benefits. Whereas on a PS5, we only spend a minimal amount on the most up-to-date tech on the market, and with the advantages that come with gaming on a console, which are just not feasible on P. For example, you can buy a PS5, an entire gaming system ready to go out of the box, entirely plug and play for $500, whereas on P, merely one component will be more expensive than that, and are just enlarged mobile phone CPUs and GPUs anyway. The cost to performance ratio of the PS5 just cannot be matched. Number 2. Consoles are played on a TV. On a PS5, you can play games on your big-ass TV, and from the comfort of your couch, you can put your feet up and game all night long without getting back or wrist cramps. But on a PC, they don't have this luxury. They have to sit upright in an office chair with minimal padding, leaning forward over a desk and with their wrists against the harsh edges of the table, leading to cramps, numbness, and carpal tunnel, along with other long-term health problems caused by sitting at a desk for too long, as well as the fact that if you work at a computer for your job, then when you come home and want to unwind and take your mind off of work, you wouldn't want to because it's just the same thing as your day job. Not like us PlayStation fans. For us, it's a relaxing and refreshing change of pace. Number 3. Better exclusives. PlayStation fans have been graced with so many top-notch, epic, god-tier exclusives over the years, the defining feature of the PlayStation consoles, with world-leading studios like Insomniac, Sucker Punch, Housemarque, and so many more. PlayStation fans have seen some of the absolute chart-topping, critically acclaimed games of our time, such as Returnal, Death Stranding, Spider-Man, and Ratchet & Clank. But what does PC gaming have to compete? Just online shooters that look like a Chinese cell phone game, and which all run better on Xbox anyway. PC only has one genre, the generic online FPS Team Deathmatch and Battle Royale. That got old pretty quick. What noobs they are, having to wait for Rockstar games. They think they've scored a huge win with Uncharted games coming out from my PC. How old are Uncharted games? 2007 to 2015 are sloppy seconds. We were done with those games ages ago, but PC gamers are only just now getting them. Imagine wanting to give money to the same company who made Last of Us 2. That's why PC fanboys get so excited when PlayStation games come to PC, because they all want The Last of Us 2. That's the reason why. Number 4. Frame rates. On console games, the industry standard is to aim for a solid 30 FPS or frames per second. 30 giving the game a more accurate, realistic, true-to-life look and feel to the movements, a more immersive, cinematic, filmic appearance. Whereas on PC, the game's targets 60 FPS, which may sound better on paper, or to the untrained eye being a higher number and all, but this in fact leads to an unnatural floaty look called motion interpolation, also more commonly known as the soap opera effect. A form of video processing in which intermediate animation frames are generated between existing ones by means of interpolation in an attempt to make animation more fluid to compensate for display motion blur and for fake slow motion effects. An effect often seen with footage taken with cheap audio-visual equipment used in filming old soap operas, hence the name soap opera effect. Often giving the game a cheaper look, like an indie game you download from the Xbox 360 marketplace 10 years ago, which can lead to a less immersive experience and side effects like queasiness and motion sickness, along with other long-term negative health effects. Number 5. Controllers. On a console such as a PS5 or Xbox, games are traditionally played with a controller, with an ergonomic shape and a layout easy to reach the buttons quickly, with thumbsticks for aiming, controlling your character, or steering a core. But PC gamers have to use a keyboard. They can't press buttons without having to look down to see what keys they are pressing, and have to make sure their mouse doesn't come off of their mouse mat, which is why crossplay is a bad idea, putting keyboard users at a distinct disadvantage. Imagine playing a game with a mouse and keyboard. How do you even steer a core with a mouse and keyboard anyway? Which is why racing games don't even come out for P. Number 6. More powerful. Going back to an earlier point about PC games looking like mobile phone games, and with outdated hardware for a much higher MSRP, and with SSDs being standard in the next-gen consoles, capable of improving graphics, delivering native 4K at 60 FPS in the PS5 and Xbox Series X, being the next leap in technology, and with more RAM and higher clock GPU speed for the next-gen consoles, feats players on P won't be experiencing for years, and with ray tracing technology too, setting the bar high with photorealistic games within the next console generation. Number 7. More normalized. Imagine if you bring a girl back to your place, what do you think is more likely to scare her off? A game console under your TV blending in with your DVD player or cable box? Or a giant-ass desktop taking up half the room with strobing rainbow lights and 3 monitors, maybe some Funko Pops spread around the desk, maybe some framed anime pictures on the wall above, probably a trash can overfilling with crusty wadded up tissues, and maybe a suspect smelling sock on the floor, a fedora hanging on a coat tree as well. She is gonna be out of there. Number 8. Physical games and pre-owned copies. On PS5, we have the option of buying physical copies, which means the prices we pay aren't dictated to us by the publishers. We can in fact wait for the game to go on sale, or better yet, buy a pre-owned copy, something not available on P. We can purchase a used copy for less, only a few days after release. And if a game is from a developer or a publisher we don't like, but we are curious or just want to play it so we can make fun of it, the money we spend on that copy does not go to that publisher or developer. Something not available on P. They can only buy digital copies. Number 9. Most popular. For yet another generation, PlayStation are dominating and are killing it with the best graphics, features, and exclusives. If you ask your friends and colleagues at work or school what they game on, everyone will say they play on either a PS4 or a PS5 because it's the console for normal people. Think about movies. Everyone back in the day had a DVD player. Who was out there watching movies on a Laserdisc? No one is playing games on PC. Number 10. Better community. Have you ever noticed on YouTube videos or just in general that PlayStation fans talk about what games we're excited for? Our favorite games, cool stuff we did in games, stuff like that. Not going out of our way to try and antagonize people, which is more than I can say for PC gamers. Every YouTube comment section always has that one PC Master Race fanboy douchebag who thinks games can't just be for fun. They always have to try and lecture everyone else about how gaming on their precious PC is so much better than playing on a console. Oh, I'm sorry, on console, yeah! As they think it's sad. PC fanboys are by far the worst kind of fanboys, worse than Nintendo's. They can fanboy, but mostly just because they're excited about the 257th Pokemon game coming out or something like that, but they mostly keep to themselves. Next up the fanboy food chain, you have the Xbox fanboys, who do go all out like a load of dumb, uninhibited morons, salty that they have no games, and are jealous of the PlayStation library. So yes, they are toxic, but when you see what they have, you can't really blame them. Then the worst are the PC fanboys, basically Xbox on steroids. No games, no exclusives, playing stuff that looks like a Chinese mobile phone game. All they talk about are 10-year-old games like Left 4 Dead and Half-Life, which look like indie games you pay $4.99 for on a Galaxy S3. They sucked back then, and they still suck now. I'm a PC fanboy. More PC, more PC, more PC is better than console, yeah? More mouse and keyboard is better than a controller. I just love to brag about more PC, but all I actually play are free-to-play clones of PUBG that look like a Chinese mobile game. I think every game should be always online with Battle Royale and loot boxes and have graphics like a remastered PS2 game. Valve sucks, Steam sucks, Half-Life is a load of trash, the Steam Deck is a Switch clone, Left 4 Dead looks like a mobile game, and Portal has some of the worst gameplay I've ever seen. Imagine being a PC gamer,